All right, everybody, get ready. Because today we are taking a deep dive into a world where things get a little blurry. And I'm talking about the lines between human artistry and artificial intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a whole stack of articles here all about how AI is totally changing the game for both music and dance.
Really interesting stuff.
And just, this is going way beyond robots trying to do the twist.
Right, right, yeah. What's really got me interested is how AI is becoming this insanely powerful tool for creative expression, like way beyond just copying what humans can do.
Exactly. I mean, we're talking about AI actually composing original music,
It's wow.
coming up with complex dance routines, even animating characters with these crazy, realistic movements.
Yeah, and it's amazing how much the tech has improved, even in the last few years.
Right.
Think about it. You could literally be like, okay, I want a waltz, but with a jazzy twist, oh, and with 4 dancers. And an AI could just create a totally unique routine based on that.
See, that's what blows my mind about all of this. But, like, how does it actually work? Is it really as simple as push a button and bam, new dance?
Well, not quite that simple. I mean, these AI programs, especially the ones that generate those AI dance videos, they're trained on these gigantic data sets of dance moves and different styles. It's like they've been fed every style you can imagine, from ballet to breakdancing, traditional Indian dance, even those viral TikTok trends.
So they've basically analyzed every dance move on Earth.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's not just the individual moves either. It's also how they all flow together, the transitions, even the emotional impact of different sequences. They're learning the basic elements of dance and using that knowledge to create something totally new.
Okay, that is incredible. Now, I'm curious, does this work the same way with AI-composed music?
You bet. It's the same idea as with dance. These programs have been fed just a massive amount of music data. So think digitized sheet music, recordings from every instrument, analyses of rhythm, harmony, you name it. It's like giving an AI the entire history of music to study.
Wow. So, to be clear, I could ask it to write a K-pop song about, I don't know, a cat learning to skateboard, and it could do it.
You absolutely could. And honestly, you'd probably be surprised how well it could pull it off.
See, now that is both super cool and also kind of terrifying. It really makes you wonder, if AI can create this kind of art, can we really call it creative?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's one that's stirring up a lot of debate, both in the art world and beyond.
Oh, for sure.
Some people are saying, nope, the AI is just mimicking the data it's learned. But others are convinced that AI can make truly original and meaningful art.
It's a really tough question. I'd love to unpack both sides of that.
Absolutely.
But before we go too far down that rabbit hole, let's talk about the actual tech for a minute.
Sure.
You mentioned these programs are trained on massive data sets. What does that even look like? Where is all that data coming from?
That is a great question, and it gets right to the heart of how these programs actually learn. So for dance, a lot of that data is coming from motion capture technology, kind of like what they use in video games and animated movies.
Okay.
They can use that to capture professional dancers' movements in insane detail and create this digital library of human movement.
So it's like a digital archive of like human expression.
Exactly.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Now, what about the music side of things? Where's all that data coming from?
Well, for music, it's like they've created this gigantic library of existing compositions. We're talking digitized sheet music, recordings of every instrument you can imagine, even analyses of musical elements like rhythm and harmony.
It's like sending an AI to the most intense music school in the world.
Yes. And here's the kicker. This AI can process all that information 1,000,000 times faster than any human ever could.
Oh, for sure.
And that's where things get really mind-blowing because it means the AI can start to come up with musical combinations and ideas that a human composer might never, ever even think of. It's like giving this AI the ultimate musical toolbox and then just letting it go wild. And what's really cool is this tech isn't just for the pros anymore.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there are all these free AI tools online. Anybody can mess around with them.
So I can hop online after we're done here and try to make a dance or write some music. Like, what would that even look like?
I'm telling you, you should. It's really amazing to see these programs in action.
Okay.
Picture this. You go to a website, right, and you can pick from a menu of dance styles. Ballet, hip-hop, jazz, you name it.
Okay.
Then you can get specific, like how fast should it be, how many dancers. You can even tell it what kind of mood you're going for.
Oh, way. So it's like customizing your own dance routine.
Exactly. Some of them even let you upload a track, and the AI will make a dance that syncs right up with the music.
Wow, that's seriously cool.
Mhm.
What about writing music? Like, walk me through how that works.
It's pretty similar, actually. A lot of these online tools will give you a whole library of instruments and sounds. You can even put in your own melodies.
Wow.
And like with the dance stuff, you can say what genre you want, what kind of mood, even how the song should be structured, like verse, chorus, verse, that kind of thing.
And the AI takes all that and just writes you a song.
Well, it'll give you a few different options to listen to, and you can tweak things from there.
Okay, that is seriously impressive. It sounds like it could be huge for artists no matter what level they're at.
Absolutely. And we're already seeing it happen too. Like professional choreographers are using AI to kind of break out of their routines.
Right.
They're feeding their ideas into a system and seeing what kind of wild variations or combos come out. It's like having a brainstorming buddy, but with like unlimited imagination.
I like that. It's not about AI replacing human creativity. It's about enhancing it, pushing it even further.
Exactly.
So how are musicians and composers using this?
Well, they're using AI to play around with totally new sounds and textures, really pushing the limits of what music can even be.
Cool.
Imagine, writing a melody and then boom, you can hear what it would sound like played by a whole orchestra
Okay.
or a jazz ensemble or even instruments that haven't even been invented yet. AI can make that happen.
Wow. So we talked about AI making art, but can it really capture that like emotional depth that a human artist brings to their work?
That's a question a lot of people are asking. We're talking about what makes art so powerful in the first place, right?
Right.
The human experience, the emotions, the stories. AI can make art that's technically amazing and beautiful, but can a machine ever really understand what it means to feel something deeply the way we do?
Right. You can teach an AI about like sadness, but can it really feel the weight of a loss the way a person does?
Exactly. And those are the kinds of emotions, raw, messy, real, that often make art so powerful. It's understanding what it means to be human, the joy, the sorrow, the anger, love, all of it.
So maybe the real magic happens when you combine human and artificial intelligence, each one doing what it does best.
Now you're talking. It's not about replacing anyone. It's about giving artists these incredible new tools, new ways to explore their creativity.
Right. Like AI could be this amazing partner helping us break down barriers and do things we never thought were possible.
100%. Think of it like this. AI can look at huge amounts of data, find patterns, suggest different ideas, but it's the human artist who brings the feeling, the intention, the unique perspective that turns those ideas into something really meaningful.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's like finding that sweet spot where human intuition meets the raw power of AI.
Yeah.
But there have to be some downsides, right? Like, what are people worried about when it comes to AI in music and dance?
Well, one of the big ones is what's going to happen to human artists if AI can already do all this stuff?
Yeah, that makes sense. That's always the worry with new technology, right? That
Right.
machines will take over people's jobs.
Exactly. But if you look at history, technology doesn't usually replace jobs altogether. It just changes how we do them, creates new opportunities.
Right.
Like, think about what photography did for painters. It didn't make painting obsolete, it just pushed it in new directions.
It's like they say, technology giveth and technology taketh away, right?
Right. But I think it's more about like changing things up, not just replacing them.
Right, right.
You might actually see AI becoming more of a collaborative tool, something that helps artists try out new ideas, maybe speeds up certain parts of the process.
Okay.
And that could free up artists to spend more time on the things that really make art special, the emotion, the message, all of that.
So instead of being afraid of it, artists can see AI as a chance to, like, evolve. Kind of like painters had to do when photography came along.
Exactly. It's all about using the strengths of both human and artificial intelligence. And then you can create something really special, something groundbreaking. And think about how AI could make things more accessible, too.
Oh, interesting.
Like, what about dancers who don't have a dance studio nearby or they can't find a teacher? They could use these AI tools to learn new moves, practice, develop their own style.
That's a really great point. So it's kind of like AI is leveling the playing field, giving everyone a chance to express themselves.
Yeah. And it's not just about new kinds of art or even making art more accessible. This is about understanding what human creativity really is.
Wow. Okay.
By looking at how AI makes art, we can learn something about our own creative processes, maybe even unlock new levels of expression.
So it's almost like holding up a mirror to ourselves,
Exactly.
making us rethink everything we thought we knew about creativity.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It really is. So we've covered a ton of ground here about AI, music, and dance. What's the one thing you hope sticks with people after they listen to this?
I think the most important thing to remember is AI isn't here to replace human artists. It's here to help us do more, be more creative.
Okay, I like that.
Think of it as a tool, just like a paintbrush or a guitar. And how we use that tool, that's up to us.
I love that. It's about embracing the possibilities, but never losing sight of what makes art matter. Human connection, emotions, the stories we share. It's going to
Exact.
be fascinating to see where this all goes.
Oh, I know. The future of music and dance is being written right now, and AI's right there, helping write the story.
Absolutely. And one thing's for sure, things are about to get a whole lot more interesting, both on the dance floor and in the studio. This has been an amazing conversation. Thanks so much for being here.
This was fun. Thanks for having me. I'm always up for talking about art and technology.
And everyone listening, keep exploring, keep creating. Who knows, maybe you'll be the one teaching an AI a thing or two about what it really means to be human. Until next time, everybody.